So here you go, guys, on YouTube. Here's a video of new client of mine. This is Sean, who's been recommended by a other recent video that I did with Stuart Lemon, who you can probably find his video last week. But Stuart and Sean have been watching videos for a while on YouTube, and they've decided to come in booking for a lesson, and we've made some fantastic changes to Sean's golf swing here. Sean currently plays off 14, but I think it's not even close to where he should be, certainly after today's session. So Sean's biggest error was inconsistency, and I'm sure many 14 teen handicappers would figure that to be their biggest weakness, inconsistency. And we've made the swing so simple today to understand that he's starting to actually hit draws in what's been an hour's lesson, and we spent a little bit finding out about his golf. So we made it very, very simple today. If I show you Sean's swing at the very start of today's lesson, we'll just notice a couple of things, certainly his takeaway and the top of his backswing. So his club, to me, just goes out and then up far too much. So it's almost trying to swing on a very upward, steep line. He's trying to make that club go, what's a good way, almost very steep, as if it's never really turning around his body, never turning flat around his body. Now the problem with that is his arms would come away from his chest straight away as soon as he moved the club away. The arms would go straight up, he would get super steep, and then from there there's only one conclusion: he's going to come over the top of it. You can see where the shaft is there, way outside the golf ball. Now this is the most scary image that you can see from a consistency factor. Now bearing in mind, Sean hit this golf shot nicely. This is on the left hand side. I didn't say he hit it amazing, he hit it nicely. Just look at before impact, look at where the club head is just before he hits. It's massively outside of the golf ball. So what he's got to do there is move the club head quickly across the golf ball to somehow hit the middle, but obviously that's going to impart any huge amount of spin on it towards the right, and just so inconsistent, he can't consistently hit the middle of the club face there. So we've made it incredibly simple today, and what we've talked about is swinging on a much more rounded arc. We stand to the side of the golf ball. The club doesn't go up and down, it goes more around. Oops, let me change that line. It goes more around our body, so following the initial shaft line that we've got here on the floor. And all we've talked about today is controlling the club face and making sure that the swing goes more around the body, so on a much flatter angle. Look at the top of his backswing straight off. Notice as well on this right hand side how his hands didn't come disconnected from his body, they turned around, the club face stays lovely and square, and he gets to the top of the swing in a much flatter arc. Now if you do video yourself and you watch guys out there, a nice position to get into, I'm not saying the perfect position, because there is no such thing as what I would say as being perfect, but just notice how his left arm is very much in line with his shoulder, where here it's very upright compared to his shoulder. So he's much more rounded and flatter. From there, we didn't talk about dropping the golf club inside or any of that stuff. Watch this on the right hand side. Just because we talked about making the swing more rounded, look at that difference. Unbelievable difference on this right hand side. I mean, it's just perfect. That shaft angle there is just sensational. Oops, because he's swinging on more of a rounded angle. From that point, the club face is still mega square, and just watch as he comes into the golf ball. The club head never gets into that really scary position outside of the golf ball anymore. It's because it's swinging on that slightly flatter arc, that more rounded plane. He just nutted it. Unbelievable, and started hitting these lovely little 4 or 5 yard draws. Granted, at the moment starting a bit too straight and moving a bit too far to the left, just because we've got a slightly strong grip, which is what we're going to resolve in next week's lesson. But just to highlight there how easy we've made that golf swing from a very upright swing to a super consistent rounded action where he's hitting much greater golf shots from. Let me just bring in this last video again. So unbelievable, great session, Sean. Well done today, super, really impressed with what you did. That's how to make the swing seem easier and get him hitting the golf ball really nicely and better. And if you've enjoyed the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. do subscribe to me on the link down below, and also check me out on Facebook and Twitter in the window next door. Thanks for watching, and well done today, Sean. Awesome session.